trailer for you. Obviously, we do head to Oklahoma State on Wednesday for a clash with the Cowgirls. Who wants to start us off?
Coach, just kind of want your thoughts on Oklahoma State and how they've really progressed maybe from last season to now underneath new leadership.
Yeah. Oklahoma State's a really good basketball team. You know, they've got a lot of experienced players. I think they have 8 transfers on their roster. And, you know, and they're, I think, fifth-year seniors. A lot of them are fifth-year seniors. So they've got a lot of just experience, you know, playing in big games, playing. They look like they've played together for a long time. Their chemistry seems to be really, really good. But JC's done a great job with them. I think just when you have new leadership, new energy, you know, different style of play, they just have really bought into that quickly. They're very dangerous. They're terrific on the three-point line. That's going to pose a problem for us. You know, we're going to have to really defend the three-point line well, and we're going to have to just get our offense going and not get into a track meet with them. I mean, they like to push the pace, and we need to play faster, but we don't want to get in a run and gun atmosphere with them.
And then I guess what's been the message in the locker room where, you know, at practice we're shoot around, you know, just to keep moving forward, because in the Big 12 it could be anybody's night, and we've seen that from bottom up, top down.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our kids understand that the grind of the Big 12 is really, really tough, and you know, every day is a new challenge, every day is a new opportunity, and it's also one that's winnable. You know, and I think that our kids know that. I think every time they step on the floor, they believe they can win. And I think in the past, it's been a little different. The past couple of years, it's been a little different with the conference race. And now I think it's just a matter of us having that mindset every time we step on the floor, even if we're not playing our best, that we're competing, that we're playing hard, that we can still find a way to win.
You kind of mentioned it right there. OSU is a really good three-point shooting team. What adjustments, I guess, on the defense do you have to make besides the obvious of just expanding it out towards the line?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, obviously, I think they're really, really good in transition. So we're going to have to take good shots on offense to set up our defense. And that's been the case all season long for us. You know, the better shots we take, the better our defense has time to get set up. But we've got to find them in transition. We've got to get to we can't ask for overhelp. Like, we can't overhelp on the basketball because they're going to find those shooters. So it's going to be a lot of defending your own. You know, I think we're really going to have to take a lot of pride in that and getting the ball stopped and not letting them make us double the basketball where they can find shooters.
You touched upon it, too, against Baylor, how you wanted to have those better shots going into the next few games. What do you do at practice, I guess, to, you know, hone in on stuff like that and create shots?
Yeah, we've got to simplify some things, I think, you know, it's difficult in the Big 12 because all of the matchups are different, and so your attack is different. And I think what worked for us against K-State, what worked for us against UT, wasn't the same attack that we needed to have against Baylor or West Virginia, for that matter. And so I think we're struggling a little bit with being able to adjust to the different attacks that we have to have. And our roster is made for it. Our roster is made for different lineups. Our roster is made for different styles. But our mindset has to be able to understand what we're looking for on offense and how we need to attack them.
And another thing you kind of touched upon before, just I thought it was interesting how you mentioned obviously this team is very close to being on the bubble and could make some sort of run going into March. But how do you, I guess, quell those expectations and make sure that they remain focused game by game as opposed to getting – it's still exciting, though, obviously, knowing where you guys are. For sure.
Yeah, to be able to have an opportunity to be even talked about is great, but our kids have got to take advantage of that. And it's just, you know, coming to work every day in practice and being focused on the next opponent. And we've just got to start rattling off some wins, you know. And it's important that we recognize that we've done that, but we've got to continue to do that and just build some momentum and some confidence. You know, winning breeds confidence, and we need some confidence. So I think our kids just know that they've got to stay focused and locked in.
And is everyone healthy going up to Oklahoma State too?
Yes, as far as I know.
Hey, Coach, touching to that confidence, as you just mentioned, 2 of your last 3 road games, you came away with a dub. West Virginia, very, very close. You had a battle right there up right till the end. Oklahoma State, right now, 7 of their last home games they've won. How do you kind of prepare your girls to go up and carry that momentum into a pretty hostile environment?
Yeah, you know, I think we've been pretty tough on the road. We've had some road warrior mentality, and I think we've got to continue to rely on that. We haven't shot the ball well the last 2 games, and so that confidence piece is I just want our kids to get their legs back under them and to get in a rhythm and to really be confident in shooting the basketball. We're great shooters, and we got to be able to shoot it well in other people's place as well. So trying to find some satisfaction in quieting the crowd when you play on an opponent's court, and just understanding the focus that it takes. But I think our kids are going to draw on their experience that they've had so far of being able to go on the road and get some wins.
And Coach, and speaking of some of the shooting woes here in just the past couple games, the 3 games before this 2-game stretch, your girls shot 24 threes, or making 24 threes, shooting 43% from the three-point line. We know this team likes to shoot the 3 ball pretty well, but these past 2 games, only 5 3-pointers have hit. So what do you kind of preach in there in practice? Are you saying shooters shoot, continue that, or are you looking at another way to score?
I do think shooters shoot. There's no doubt. I mean, you can't make it if you don't shoot it, right? You can't get back into rhythm. However, like I've said all year long, our shot selection has to be good. Like we have to shoot shots that we work on, and that may be an inside out. That might be off of a penetration. That might be in transition even. But sometimes I think the last 2 games we've been taking some really ill-advised 3-pointers, like some step-back threes and some, behind ball screens and not that we can't do that, because we're good at that in some instances, but it's got to be after we've looked for a better shot. It can't be like within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, and that's the best shot we can get. Like, I think we can get better shots if we'll run our offense and catch in more rhythm, and that's the key for us. We've got rhythm shooters, and we've got to catch it in rhythm to shoot the basketball well.
So how have you seen, the more veteran leaders such as Bree and Tatum kind of guide the underclassmen through the Big 12 so far this season?
Yeah, I thought early our seniors were doing a really good job. I thought that at TCU and then at K-State, I thought our seniors really led well and had a lot of energy about them and a lot of grind. I think the last couple of games it's just been a little bit tough, and I think that they are recognizing that, man, they've got to be on every single game, and that not that they have to score a lot of points or they have to shoot it well, but they just have to be locked in and continue to embrace the challenge and really fight through that adversity that they can go through during a game. So, our seniors really want to win. They really want to do well. They know these young kids are playing hard for them, and I know that they'll rally and step it up.
You haven't beaten, or Tech hasn't beaten Oklahoma State in a few years. Does that kind of add any other motivational factor, especially considering how close both games last year were?
Yeah, well, sure. It's the same thing with Baylor, right? We want to do things that we haven't done before, and we certainly want to go in with the mindset that we can win. And but again, it's one of those things where you got to go win. Like, it's not just going to happen for you. So, we try to just look at each opponent as the next challenge, not necessarily what their jersey says, but of course, we want to do things that we haven't done before.
Kind of going off of that too, you said it doesn't matter what jersey you guys are playing, but Bryn, started off her career there. This is her last year. How special would it be for her to get a win at her former territory, really, for her senior year?
Yeah, I think just wins in general are special, for her, and particularly since there's a new coaching staff, and actually only I think 2 or 3 kids are even left from that team. So I don't think any of that matters. I think Bryn has handled that really well, but we just want to win, and it doesn't matter who we're playing. And the next opponent just happens to be Oklahoma State, so we want to go up there and give it our best shot. Thank you, guys.